If you've been searching for ways to keep your family safe online and thinking about parental control apps, then chances are you've seen Aura and Qustodio come up more than once. They're two of the most popular services recommended for managing screen time, keeping track of your child's location, and filtering out inappropriate content. Now, at first glance, they might seem very similar, but once I actually spent time using both, it became clear they take very different approaches. From how they set up to the level of the control and the customization that they offer, there's a lot of factors that can make one of them a better option depending on what you're looking for. So today, I'm putting Aura and Qustodio head to head and showing you how they compare. I'm going to take you through their features, their setup and pricing models, as well as a few pros and cons that stood out as I used them day to day. So if you are trying to decide on a parental control app for your household, then stick around to see which of these two services could be the right fit for you. Let's get into it. All right, before diving into setups and features, let's take a quick look at what each of these apps do and what sort of protection they offer. Aura, for starters, isn't just a parental control app, it's more of an all-in-one digital safety suite. They actually offer a mix of tools like identity theft protection, antivirus, a VPN, and a password manager. The parental controls are just one part of the package, but they're pretty solid on their own. Now, Aura uses AI to power its filtering system, supporting features like screen time limits, content blocking, internet pause, and various monitoring tools, which we're going to dig into a little bit later. So it's designed with families who have full household protection in mind. Qustodio, on the other hand, is a lot more targeted. It's a dedicated parental control and digital well-being platform used by over 7 million families around the world. So unlike Aura, Qustodio doesn't include any tools for identity protection or device security because it's built specifically to help parents manage and monitor their kids' online activity. That includes screen time tracking, website filtering, app usage monitoring, and even location tracking with geofencing. Plus, it works across nearly every platform: Windows, Mac, Android, iOS, Kindle, and Chromebook, which makes it really convenient if your family uses a mix of devices. All right, so between Aura and Qustodio, there are plenty of useful tools to be had, but let's see how they actually work. Now, with Aura, the setup process is smooth. You just download their app on both yours and your kids' devices, and from there, Aura walks you through each step. It's all guided, so you're not left guessing how to connect things or which settings to toggle on and off. Now, once everything's linked, the dashboard is clean and easy to navigate. You can pause the internet, set daily screen time limits, or block specific websites and apps without having to dig through complicated menus. There's also a set of preset filters based on your child's age, which saves time during setup. So I didn't have to manually build everything from scratch. It just gave me a solid starting point and let me tweak any details that I needed to from there. Qustodio, meanwhile, feels just as straightforward in terms of setup, but a little more flexible as far as platforms. You start by creating your account, then installing the app on your child's device. Then the setup wizard walks you through permissions and linking devices. It doesn't take long at all to get everything connected. Now, what stood out to me with Qustodio was how accessible the dashboard felt. Whether you're using the mobile app or logging in through a browser, everything is clearly laid out so you can view activity, set screen time limits, create schedules, and block apps all from the same place. The real-time activity feed is also very helpful. You can see what apps or websites your kid is using at any moment without constantly having to refresh everything. So both systems are pretty easy to use, but overall I'd say Aura feels a little more streamlined straight out of the box, especially with those age-based presets and the clean interface. Though Qustodio gives you a bit more visibility and flexibility, especially if you're managing a household with a bunch of different devices. Now, since Aura and Qustodio are each geared towards slightly different coverage needs, the plans and pricing are a little different between these two. If we look at Aura, they have a few different pricing options depending on how much you're looking for. If you want just parental controls, their kids plan comes in at $10 a month, billed annually, and includes screen time limits, content filtering, their pause the internet feature, and safe gaming alerts. And this plan will actually support unlimited kids and devices, so if you're not stuck counting slots if you've got more than one child to cover. Now, if you want more robust all-around protection, then their individual plan goes for around $12 a month and adds things like identity theft protection, VPN, antivirus, and a password manager. And if you want to cover both yourself and your partner as well, then their couple plan is available for $22 a month. And last up, for larger families, there's the family plan at $32 a month, which includes everything from both the kids and the couple's plans, plus spam call protection, credit monitoring, and up to $5 million in identity theft insurance. They even offer a 60-day money money-back guarantee on annual plans, which is a nice backup if you end up changing your mind. Now, Qustodio, on the other hand, actually has a free plan available that just covers one device and gives you basics like screen time limits, web filtering, and daily reports. So it's actually a nice option to play around with and see how features work without committing to any subscription up front. But when you need more coverage, Qustodio's basic plan costs around $55 a year and covers up to 5 devices. It includes core features like app blocking, screen time controls, and location tracking. Then for larger families who may need extra tools, the complete plan comes in at just under $100 a year and supports unlimited devices while adding features like AI-powered alerts, YouTube and social media monitoring, call, SMS tracking on Android, and saved places alerts. So cost-wise, I'd say Qustodio is a more budget-friendly option, but considering the extras that come with Aura, it can end up to being a better deal if you're actually going to use features like the VPN or the antivirus, since you won't have to get separate subscriptions for those additional services. And if you want to try Aura or Qustodio for your household, then you can check them out by using the affiliate links down in the description below, where we've got special deals sometimes that you're not going to find if you go directly to their websites. Alright, so like I mentioned, I've gotten to try both Qustodio and Aura with my own family, so after a little while using both, I've got a pretty good sense of what really sets these two apart and what you should keep in mind if you're looking to sign up for one or the other. First up with Aura, one thing that I did really like was how well it handles app-specific controls. You're not just blocking broad categories. You can manage individual apps, set time limits per app, and even get notified when a new app is installed. That level of detail is really helpful if your kids tend to jump between games or social platforms. Another thing I liked is how flexible the screen time settings are. You can create separate schedules for weekdays and weekends, which sounds small but makes a real difference when trying to balance school routines and free time. And there's also a web usage breakdown that shows what type of sites your kid is visiting most, like news, gaming, or even social media, so it's easier to talk to them about their habits without having to guess. Now, while Aura covers the core features well, it does fall short on the location side of things. There's no GPS tracking or geofencing, which can be a drawback if you're big on being updated on your child's whereabouts throughout the day. Now, one feature I did find pretty cool though was the safe gaming alerts, so if your kid plays PC games or monitors chat activity and sends weekly reports if it detects anything risky. And while it only works on Windows, it's still a nice bonus that most other apps don't include. Qustodio, meanwhile, really stands out when it comes to in-depth monitoring. It gives you full visibility into your child's online activity, everything from screen time and websites visited to app usage and even YouTube video history. And unlike Aura, Qustodio also includes GPS tracking and geofencing. You can even set up alerts for when your child enters or leaves specific locations. Plus, Qustodio includes an SOS feature that shares your child's live location if they trigger it, which can be very useful and can give some peace of mind if you want to add a layer of real-world safety. Now, one thing to note here is that some filters are always on by default, and you can't temporarily disable them without going into the settings, which isn't ideal if you just want to pause something quickly. Now, that said, one area where Qustodio really shines is communication monitoring. On Android, it can track call and SMS activity, and with some extra setup, you can even get that on iOS through a connected PC. So, to wrap it all up, Aura and Qustodio are both really solid options when it comes to managing your children's online activity. If you're after an all-in-one solution that covers both your family's digital habits and your own online safety, then Aura is a great choice. The parental controls are solid, and when you factor in the built-in VPN, the antivirus, and identity protection, it does provide a lot of value. But if your main goal is to manage your child's screen time and online activity with more precision, Qustodio could be the way to go. It's built entirely around parental controls, and the extra tools like location tracking, call monitoring, and detailed usage reports makes it especially useful for families who want more visibility day to day. So the best option between these two really just comes down to which features you prioritize. And that's all for this review. I hope you found it helpful, and if you did, then please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more just like this. As a reminder, if you want to get started with any of the Aura or Qustodio plans I've covered here today, then you can check them out by using the affiliate links in the description below. Sometimes we do have special deals that you won't be able to find if you just go directly through their website. Also, if you are interested in working with us or sponsoring a future video, just reach out using the email in the description below. Now, as always, I enjoy hearing your thoughts, so go ahead and leave any questions or comments down below, and I'll get back to you as fast as I can. And finally, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.